The Pima County Police have released a statement regarding the Nancy Guthrie abduction, saying that there are no official suspects on the case, specifying that the social media rumor that Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law, Savannah Guthrie's sister's husband, is not considered a suspect, and they don't know where that report came from. This is the official statement they tweeted, saying that not only is it irresponsible, but also detrimental to the case to report false information. Now, this is all in response to Ashley Banfield, an independent reporter who went on her show and said that Savannah Guthrie's brother-in-law is the prime suspect.
My law enforcement source told me that police have now towed and impounded the vehicle belonging to Nancy Guthrie's daughter, Annie Guthrie. This is important because the last point of contact with Nancy Guthrie was when she was dropped off by her daughter, Annie Guthrie, and possibly her husband as well, Tommaso Cioni, were the last people to see her. They have towed Annie Guthrie's car. And there is some connection to Annie Guthrie's car and Nancy Guthrie's son-in-law. And my law enforcement source tells me that Tommaso Cioni is the prime suspect. Maybe a prime suspect in this case. At the very least, let me tamp that down, because sometimes it's the first person you're looking at, not prime as in there's no one else. Okay, so let's be really mindful of that.
Let's be really mindful of that? You were just completely not mindful of that. You start off proclaiming he's the prime suspect. Then you report that it was Annie Guthrie, Savannah's sister, and this dude's wife that was actually the person who was seen with her last, but also maybe him, and that it was her car that got taken away. But he, quote, has a connection to that. Like, yeah, because it's his fucking wife's car. And then you try to scale it back and say he's not the prime suspect, he's just the first suspect. And none of this is true. Now you have fucking assholes like this who have run with this story, posting pictures, saying they look like creepy assholes, basically condemning them, when there is absolutely nothing factually to back this up. At least not yet. I mean, it's always possible that it's someone in the family, and Annie Guthrie was the last person to be with her. Could it be connected to her husband? Sure, fine, possibly, but let's let the actual investigation unfold before we start proclaiming that. You got TMZ saying we got fake ransom letters. You got this woman saying she's got a source who says it's this guy. And you have the police being like, none of this shit is true. How about you let the police do their goddamn job before you start throwing out government names and faces and accusations? You'll get just as many views and traction on your content when you report on something that's actually true. I promise you, you goddamn assholes.